Hello everyone, Cheyenne Chrisman here with the Standardbred Transition Alliance, here to talk with Tania Creamer from Heart of Phoenix. Now, my first question for you is, what is your role at the Heart of Phoenix?
So I'm the founder and the director. We founded the organization 15 years ago. We were the first nonprofit horse rescue to successfully exist in West Virginia, and certainly the first equine advocacy organization to cover essentially all of Appalachia. And so we started out very small, holding 2, 3, 4 horses in a foster-based type of model. And currently we hold as many as 170 horses across multiple states, and we do have a main facility that's located outside of Huntington, West Virginia.
So, you being the founder, how long have you had this role, and what inspired you to found Heart of Phoenix?
Well, back in 2008, the economy was in kind of dire straits. Horses were being abandoned everywhere. You would go to an auction to sell a horse, you would come out and there would be 3 horses in your trailer. They had very little value in the lower markets, and I would just look across Craigslist. I would look on Facebook, and there were just horses being given away everywhere I turned, and there didn't appear to be any help for those horses in our area. And it was one of those things where I caught myself saying, somebody needs to do something about this. And then I thought, oh no, you've said it now. It's going to be you. And so I just started doing a little bit of grassroots rescue on my own, and it just turned into, hey, if we're going to do this, let's do it well, let's make it an organization. So we actually became a 501c3 nonprofit horse rescue in April of 2012.
Talk to me a little bit about what your day-to-day roles look like. It must change because being the founder, you kind of wear many hats, don't you?
Yes, so it's evolved over the years. I often, am the public spokesperson. I'm the transporter. I'm the feral horse picker-upper. I'm there for vet day. I'm there for adoption days. It is one of those things where if there isn't a volunteer to do it, it's going to be me. So it looks like many things depending on the day, and that keeps it interesting for me. It's tiring, but it's always an adventure.
What makes Heart of Phoenix so different from any other organization?
I think one of our biggest differences is our reach. So we operate in what is arguably the poorest part of America, but our reach is national, if not international. One of the things that separates us is our everyday commitment to education of the public and all horse people. So we're not just an organization that's relevant if you're looking to adopt a horse. We're relevant to you if you just want to care better for the horse you have. Our page is full of tips, tricks, training advice, care advice. And again, we stretch across the country. We adopt nationwide. We host clinics or do educational events across the country. And we focus on feral and unhandled horses. And so that's, I think, a big difference. We do a lot of work with horses that have never had a human hand on them. And I think that also sets us apart.
Talk about the integrity. What does integrity mean to you in aftercare?
So I take it very, very seriously. The commitment I have to horses is both to the horse that's in our care and the horse that needs to come into our care. So we want to make sure that everything we're doing is setting the horses we have up to be represented well, to be healthy, to be sound, to have good training, so that when they go into a screened home, they're very likely to stay in that home and receive great care, thus opening space so that we can help the horses that are still out there in need of care. So I take every aspect of the integrity, from the donor dollars to the care of the horse to the aftercare of the horse, very, very personally. And we look for volunteers, staff, and board members that are that committed. It's commitment to the horse for the rest of the horse's life.
Speaking of donors, what are some advice you have for them when it comes to investing their dollars into these different organizations?
So I really am a big believer in independent accreditations. So Heart of Phoenix is Thoroughbred Aftercare accredited. We're Standardbred Aftercare accredited. We believe that you need to be willing to submit yourself to independent investigations. So they're looking at your financials, they're visiting your facility, they're speaking to your veterinarian. I think if an organization isn't willing to do that, that gives me pause. So I believe if I'm a donor, I want to be looking to organizations that are willing to say, here's an open book, here's what we do. You've had a third party verify that what we're doing is done well. And, so that it means a lot to us, and I think it's something donors should look for.
Absolutely. And not only that, talk about what is your number one priority when it comes to rehoming.
So we prioritize the adoption being a good fit. We want to make sure the adopter has the skill set, able to take that horse and move forward and succeed. We want to make sure that there is the fiscal means to take care of that horse long term, that the person who is adopting is going to honor that agreement with Heart of Phoenix to bring that horse back to us and let us find another home for that horse if at any point they cannot keep track of that horse. Not losing track of the horse and being able to keep that horse safe is absolutely paramount to us. Our veterinarian visits our facility every single Monday. We have a standing first appointment of the week. When he arrives, if we have new arrivals, finding out what's going on with the horse immediately is vital. So the minute a horse comes into us, as long as they are stable, we're going to go through full diagnostics, lameness exam, x-rays. If everything looks comfortable and they're passing these exams, we're going to move on to teeth, full exam, just to make sure the horse is comfortable, ears to tail. If for some reason we see that there is a soundness issue, then we're going to explore it. If for some reason a horse truly cannot live a high quality of life, then we're going to do what is ethical, and we're going to be there to the end of that horse's life. We're going to euthanize and make sure the horse never goes through another bad day. So, we take it very seriously that horses are comfortable and that they're getting exactly what they need medically. So if that means a surgery, and after that surgery the horse is going to have high quality of life, then we're going to do what that horse needs to get it there.
Basically, you're really ensuring and making sure that these horses are 100% the correct fit for not only for yourselves, but for the for the adopters as well.
Yes, and I think that's when you're going back to looking what should donors look for. You really need to make sure that if you are supporting an organization with funding, that they are really making sure the horses are landing in a safe spot and a good fit. It's really difficult to see horses end up where not only they don't receive the care they need in terms of veterinary or farrier care, but the fit isn't there and the skill set isn't there. And then to watch a horse unravel through poor handling, poor riding, poor tack fit, that's something we want to just be proactive and make sure that's not going to happen.
And speaking of proactive, if somebody wanted to get involved, whether it be a donor or whether it be somebody who wants to volunteer, what is the best way for them to get a hold of you?
So Heart of Phoenix is all over social media. You can find us at Heart of Phoenix Equine Rescue on Facebook, Instagram. You can also go to our website at wvhorserescue.org, and we have a very educational blog, heartoffphoenix.org, as well.
And my last and final question for you is, where do you see Heart of Phoenix in 5 years' time?
Honestly, doing what we do now, but bigger and expanding, maybe additional foster locations, growing our training network that is already, I think, something we're terribly proud of, and just keeping track of the horses we've already rescued, being there for those horses that have already been placed.
Thank you so much for your time. It's great to learn more about one of our many special aftercare organizations.
Thank you so much.